Hello, let's look at some native plants for shade today. We'll be looking at just a sampling of species that will do well in dry to medium and even some moist conditions in the shade. So are you ready to go? Let's look here at our first one, which is Polygonatum biflorum, Solomon seal. This will slowly spread by rhizome. It will develop corms there in the ground for you. Slower in dry clay than in more moist or loam soils. Here is some of the texture. You can see this is an overhead shot, so the stems are sort of arcing over the ground plane. Wild geranium will slowly self-sow around in your landscape. It's done blooming by about early summer, midsummer. Takes up some nice shady spots underneath taller plants in sunny conditions as well. Now, wild columbine is going to do well for you in both shade and sun. It'll start to fade away by midsummer, so it can work under the shade of full sun perennials, or you can have it in full shade conditions as well. One of my very favorite plants for shade that I don't hear very many people planting is early metal rue, the Stalictrum here. Wonderful texture. There's male and females. This is a female. Male would have more highly ornamental orange anthers dangling down. A favorite of bunnies, unfortunately, is our wild phlox, but it is such a gorgeous, resilient plant, perfect for shade and woodland edge gardens. Give it a try. You can cage it the first couple years until it establishes to keep bunnies away. We have several goldenrods that do well in shade. This is Solidago flexicaulis, zigzag goldenrod. It will get just a ton of adult pollinators coming to it in the early fall, and the scent is just divine. We have several aster species that work well in shade too. This is white woodland aster. We'll look at a couple more towards the end. This will slowly spread too by rhizome. A little bit of self-sowing, but not too bad. Nice clumper. Now, we cannot forget our sedges, because these will be our green mulch and replace wood mulch applications. So Carex albicans does well in a variety of conditions, even some sunny conditions. Nice clumping sedge, nice ground layer for all the flowers to come and emerge out of. This is a close cousin, Carex rosea. Carex radiata would work for more moist conditions. This is dry, but you can see how it's just creating a nice fluffy ground plane from which all kinds of wonderful flower species like this Anemone virginiana can come from. So a few other species you might want to consider. We have a milkweed there. We have pachyra. We got the biflorum. That can spread aggressively in shade if you have a problem spot you just want to get covered. Some asters there, the Symphyotrichums. Rudbeckia lacinatum probably would like it more medium to moist conditions. The Serum canadensis is a nice ground cover that looks like hosta. And then we have the big leaf aster. As always, let's rethink pretty together for wildlife and for our habitats.